fun with the Steadicam guy.
You gotta
right?
have fun with the Steadicam person, absolutely. I gotta tell you, okay, so Jim, you got 5 kids. Please tell me that your wife was treated like a queen on Mother's Day.
Was that last weekend?
That was the Sunday that just passed.
Shoot.
What had happened, Jim?
Is there another Mother's Day coming up, or? No, my wife. My wife is a saint. She really is. And
Yes.
it's hard, right? Because it's like whenever I try and plan something, it inadvertently will involve her doing something, right?
Yeah.
And what you want is to make her life easier. So if we made her breakfast in bed, then then the kitchen's not clean the way she wants. So I think the nicest thing you can do for a mother is nothing. Now, there might be some people that disagree with it. It always backfires.
Oh, gosh.
Like one Mother's Day, we only had 2 kids. Those were the good old days.
Yeah, it was a 2.
And I took our 2 kids out for the day to give my wife the day off. And I made the mistake of buying those kids some fish.
Yeah.
And so we returned with 2 pets. And then those fish died within an hour.
Oh, my gosh.
And so then I took a nap, and my wife dealt with it.
Oh, my gosh.
I love looking at the faces of all you guys. They're like, I don't like this guy at all. I'm joking.
No, it is what it is. Mothers just have to, no matter what, we just are always doing something.
You have to.
Yeah, we don't stop.
It's so, and it's like the sacrifice is just incredible. What I did do is, like, I have a bourbon, and I made a special bourbon for my, and you guys look
got
at me
your own
like,
bourbon
this guy's gonna do something horrible. No, but I made a label where it had a picture of my wife, and it said "Mother of the Century" on it.
Oh, so. I love it. You gave your bourbon line to your wife today.
And then I charged her for it.
And you charged her for the bourbon.
Is that wrong?
Yes, that's so wrong, Jim Gaffigan.
Joking.
I'm so glad your wife loves you so much. So y'all got 5 kids. I'm looking at this. They range from ages 12 to 20.
Yes.
Okay, so I know for Mother's Day, I texted my son, Jeffrey, like this amazing, you're my pride and joy. I love you so much. You're the air that I breathe. He texted back, no problem. Like... So did you get any, like, emotional texts from the kids? Did you text them for Mother's Day?
My children are horrible people. No.
What did they do?
No, well, the thing is my wife deserves the world, and so I'll be like, come on, let's get a gift for your mom, and so I'll bring them to a store and I'll be like, here, get these flowers for your mom. And they're like, can I get a candy bar too? And I'm like, it's kind of for your mom is what we're supposed to be doing. But the communication is very minimal. There's a lot of texting of like, hey, you need to do this. And they will text back, bruh.
Yes.
Which is, I don't think that you can say bruh to your dad or your mom.
Or your mother.
Right?
Yeah, my son calls me bruh all the time. Bruh. If he could have said Happy Mother's Day, bruh, he would have said that.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I think, Jim, you may possibly be America's most famous Catholic comedian. I think so. So you got to tell me, we got a new pope. How thrilled were you that we have our first American pope?
I mean, it is insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, when I say, I'm Catholic, but I still don't know when to stand or kneel in church. You know what I mean? But the Pope being American was a huge surprise. I mean, that was never an expectation. Supposedly, the belief was they would never have an American Pope because America was this economic, world power and this military world power, so they couldn't have the Pope be American. But I guess now, I mean, maybe that's an indication that America's in trouble if they're allowing
an
the
American Pope. But I love it that he's from Chicago.
He's from Chicago. He's a White Sox fan. That's so fun, right?
And his name, what is his name, Pope? Is it Bob?
I think it's Leo.
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 I mean, what a great name for a pope.
Well, I just love the idea. I'm a Midwestern Catholic.
Yes.
So like the whole idea that there's someone that went to school with the Pope, right?
Absolutely.
And he probably was like, that guy was mean to me. And now he's Pope.
And now he's Pope.
He's like, oh, you know, and it would be the ultimate thing to brag about if you had a kid that ended up being Pope, right? Someone would be like, my son's a doctor. You're like, oh, my son has his own city in Europe.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. That is bragging rights right there.
Right.
And then, so we got a new Pope, but I didn't get to meet Pope Francis. I wish that I had. You got to meet Pope Francis last year.
Yes.
So what was that like when you met him?
Oh, it was insane. Pope Francis invited a bunch of comedians to Rome, and comedians from throughout the world. So we were all in this room,
right?
And they were from all denominations, and so it was kind of like a meeting of everyone that couldn't behave in church, synagogue, or a mosque.
That's a comic.
And we were all meeting the principal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but Francis gave this speech about how important humor is, and it was so bizarre. And of course, when I met him, you know, I didn't know what to say to him, you know, and he I just said thanks, you know. I mean, I didn't know what to say except for maybe sorry, you know. But it was bizarre, and it's like it's amazing.
And then they said, so I'm guessing that Pope Francis, he was a fan of comedy.
Yes.
So he had you all out there. But you once opened for Pope Francis?
I did. Well, there was a festival of families in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I didn't really open for Pope Francis. I opened for the Pope Mobile. So I did stand
You opened
up.
for the car.
Yes.
Okay.
And so the Pope, I did stand up, and then the Pope Mobile drove out to like the Ben Franklin Parkway in Philadelphia. And that's not even the first time I've opened for a car.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did the Iowa State Fair where I did stand up. I know you know this.
Yes.
There's some very glamorous. I did stand up, and then they pushed Kyle Busch's NASCAR on the stage.
While you were there?
And I kind of opened for the car, and then people came up and took pictures with the car.
With the car.
And people were probably bragging about meeting the car. You know?
Rather than you. Those were the days, my gosh, my gosh. It's so, you know, I saw you at the comedy club a few months ago, and I just sat there in awe while you were on stage, Jim. I learned so much from watching you every time you hit that stage. And I'm so excited because last time you were here, we talked about your comedy special, The Skinny. So I am very excited because you have turned the comedy special into an album. An album.
Yeah, thank you.
And I love the cover art. Did your kids help you with that cover art?
Yes, they sure did. My three youngest.
One says onion breath, the other one says idiot, the other one says earwax.
Yes, it's, you know, it kind of symbolizes that when you're a parent, you have nice things and kids ruin it. And so some of it is I did it intentionally. I gave this image to my three younger kids, and I said, do whatever you want to it. And they just went off, and it's so fun. So
I love it.
They're kind of, you know, they're art directors in a way.
I love your kids because they are as creative as you are, Jim.
Thanks.
And you are so creative because you were talking about this earlier. Congratulations, you got your own bourbon line called Father Time.
I do.
Tell me about this bourbon line.
It's amazing. You know, it's one of those, here we are.
Oh,
here we are.
like it.
All right.
Oh, y'all didn't bring me a glass? Oh, all right,
there
here
we are.
Go.
So here's the thing about the bourbon. I don't make the bourbon. I don't distill it. I sample some of the barrels and I choose. These are also quote glasses.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you were approached for a celebrity spirit, but this is not really a celebrity spirit. This is kind of, I pick a couple barrels and then I get to throw my name Father Time bourbon on it. And then I get to enjoy bourbon. Now, are you a bourbon person?
I'm not a bourbon person.
You're about to, but
okay.
You're about to.
Well, we're gonna toast to your new bourbon. We're gonna toast to your album, The Skinny, and we're gonna toast to, you're gonna find a way to treat your wife like a queen.
She is a queen.
There we go. Jim Gaffigan, thank you for being here. Ooh, that's hot.
That's good.
That's hot.
That's good.
That's very hot. Y'all y'all, Jim's new album, The Skinny, is available now, and I want y'all to pick up a bottle of his new bourbon, Father Time.
We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time.